I remember the hearing that Senator Wayne is talking about in Urban Affairs. I'm the Vice Chair of Urban Affairs, and I agree with what Senator Lowe said. It was probably one of the best hearings we've had in a really long time, because we got to take the focus of supporting entrepreneurship and innovation, supporting small business owners in underserved communities in Omaha, and give them this platform of this committee hearing to tell us what they're doing, to tell us what they would do with this funding. And what I've heard over the past day and this morning about how, a lot of community leaders, the governor, different philanthropic folks in Omaha really fumbled the bag and dropped the ball by excluding Senator McKinney, by excluding a lot of the people who are already leaders in this space, and sort of falling into the same pattern that perpetuates the problems we do see in North Omaha and Midtown, where the folks who are already doing the work, who are already exhibiting leadership, who are already close to the ground and know what it is that the people they serve need, are pushed aside for moneyed interests, for power, for whiteness, frankly, to come in and say, we actually know what's best for you. I sort of fell off this interim too. I was not a part of any of these conversations. I haven't talked to Senator McKinney or Senator Wayne very much this interim about what we're working on or what's going on in their communities. Our districts are neighbors. To the east, my neighbor is Senator McKinney's district. To the north, my district borders Senator Wayne's district. So the interests of their people matter a lot to me, because that's the neighborhood that I grew up into, and I know that that's a lot of the people and interests that I represent as well. I had a tough interim. I really went through the ringer and tried to do everything I could to come back here in January ready to go. And I also think it's true what Senator Linehan said. That point is well taken. She is a stateswoman. She has a lot to be proud of, absolutely, in her career. But the chair himself said less than an hour ago that this motion is debatable. How are you going to have someone go use the rules, as Senator Wayne has done, to make a point, which is allowable under our rules, which is actually sort of part of the theater of politics, honestly? You can have your opinion about that, but that's what we're all doing here, is performing politics. And very rarely do we actually get an outcome that took a lot of hard work that we didn't know was already preordained. But we're all here acting like senators, playing senator. So when Senator Wayne is playing senator, not only that, but actually putting his money where his mouth is, standing up for the interests of his community, talking about the things that are already happening that people aren't acknowledging, then all of a sudden it's against the rules. Then it's not a debatable motion. But the chair just said less than an hour ago, yes, it was. So it can be true that we want to move on and hear the governor. We will. We will. I'm sorry for people who cannot stay to hear the governor because we're going to take more time, but you can watch it later or something. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. This is part of the work we do in this legislature, which is a separate and equal branch of government. And I would like this platform that we have here to be used for people like Senator Wayne and Senator McKinney and anybody in this body who has been slighted by people like the governor. Thank you, Mr. President. And has something to share about that under the umbrella of what is allowable by our rules. It takes statesmanship as well on the part of the governor, on the part of our colleagues here in this body, from community members and financiers, to make sure that we don't get to this point, that we don't leave people out of conversations where then we're kind of put in a position of being defensive, I guess. But the fact that we're having this conversation, people are listening. The balconies are full. Folks are here to listen, so it's a good time to talk. Thank you, Mr. President.